Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, what's up, Tyron? About to drop that link in a second, which that means probably 10 minutes. Yeah, man, we're gonna do this show. You see, I like to be on time. Some people, black people, they start their shows talking about us at a certain time. Some people have 40-minute introduction videos that they've seen a million times. And some people just show up late. I hate showing up late. I hate late people. So that's why I like to be on time. So we're gonna talk about this Sub-Saharan African thing that a lot of these allegedly pro-black Negroes are putting together and trying to spread that propaganda. Then we got others who are so-called Pan-Africans. This man's calling it a conspiracy. How's it a conspiracy theory if this is what people are saying? I mean, did you not hear people on the last show? This is what they do. They come up and say, "Hey, man, we're people of Sub-Saharan Africans." Anyway, you guys are not Jew. I mean, you're really. I don't know what's going on, man. Who the hell mentioned Jews? Oh, you must be talking about my man. He can come on and prove his case, which he has come on before. But see, the problem is you don't like to have a discussion. You just like to argue and interrupt. That's the only problem. So if you had an actual, and you can't admit when you're wrong either, only went back into a corner. Anyway, this is what I want to do first because you know how I go and find these deals by mistake in this case. So yesterday, if you have a Sam's Club membership and you like chili, get this before it's gone. I know you're going to find what I'm about to show you hard to believe, but I actually went and did it and it worked. Now, if you remember before, I think I did a show over the summer. It was about cookies that were a penny. I had to argue with the people to get the price. So as you can see, Stag Chili, this is one of the best chili brands. As you can see, look at these prices for a big ass can. $12, $14. This right here. This is a pack of 6 cans. And you see that price. And that's what I said too. I said, nah, that can't be. Because when you go to the store, the price tag says about $9. Then if you got the app and you scan it at the store, either a price won't come up, or if you get a price to come up, it's going to say $11 and some change. But I don't know why this happens at Sam's Club. I don't know if this is some secret sale that revolves across different items. But one can of this in stores normally goes for about $2. And maybe this could be the glitch. Maybe this could be the price. I bought 5 cases of these yesterday. And the hell with that. I just ate some before I came on the air, and it's good. Total beef stuff, so it works. But what you have to do, you see right here, pick up. You got to do the pickup. So, okay. So now, if I did pick up now, it will have to be tomorrow. I think it cost me $10 for 5 cases that would normally have cost me almost $50. And I keep looking at the Sam's Club app for particular product categories just to see what they have. I had Costco's, I had BJ's, and none of them ever seem to have this type of thing going. I don't know if this is a glitch. I don't know what this is. But if you like chili, you got Sam's Club, I'd advise you to jump on this with no delay. I think I'm going back to get me either 5 or maybe even 20 more tomorrow. They don't expire until 2025. So if you like chili, go get it. Now, really went to pick it up myself, but they wouldn't let me pick it up in the app because it wouldn't, this price wouldn't come up. So I didn't have any choice but to have them deliver it to the car. And the problem with that is when you do it right then and there, it'll take you, you might have to wait around for 3 or 4 hours. But they did deliver it the earliest that it could be done. And I had to do it just to make sure that it could be done. Because I think when they pick it, the pickers are not seeing the price that we're paying. They just pick it, and then just deliver it to the car. So once I saw that the girl came out with the stuff, I said, damn, that shit worked. So this is no joke right here. This is the real deal. I'm telling you, it's the real deal. I'd advise you to go get that, stock up. Hell, buy. I don't want to say what the limit could be, but shit. Should buy 20, 30 of them. They might be shocked about why so many people are buying chili, but hey, I got mine. That's all I know. I'm gonna get some more. So anyway, let's get back to this sub-Saharan thing. Let me get on this. Chris, we're talking about Sub-Saharan Africa, which does not exist, by the way. And those who claim that it does, they're just parroting their white masters. I like this map right here because this map shows you the countries, plus it shows you what they want to call the Sahara Desert, which is roughly in this area right here. And the reason why I'm skipping over this area right here is because they want to call that the Sahel. And it's not supposed to be desert, even though it looks like it is. And it has a little bit of plants to go along with it. Technically, it's the Southern Sahara, but the fact of the matter is it has all black people. That's the bottom line with that. So that's why they try to make it different. As you can see, there's some desert type stuff going on over here. And of course, desertification in Southern Africa. And they never talk about the Kalahari Desert because, of course, you got to explain, okay, well, if black people can't survive in the Sahara, well, then how come so-called black people are in the Kalahari Desert? See, they never bring that up because then they got to answer the question. But then you have white people in North Africa controlling it. They're not the original inhabitants, but they're controlling it. And people say that they're native or indigenous to Africa. They're not even indigenous to Europe. And Turkey, with the earthquake, like I've been saying for years, I've been telling people the Turks do not come from Turkey. They're foreign occupiers, just like the U.S. Government is to this country and Arabia. But anyway, the main point in all this is why are Pan-Africanists and so-called pro-blacks getting into this sub-Saharan African stuff? Because this is generally what white supremacists get into. This is how they describe it to separate black people, or if you want to say Africans. They want to detach them from the Mediterranean because this is where history took place. You could say history started in Egypt, then just worked its way all around the Greece, then Italy, and then you could say it backed up. And if you want to say from Libya to Northwest Africa, worked its way back into Portugal. I mean, when you look at history, you could see the pattern of how it starts here and works its way all the way up here. Pretty simple, but that's why they want to detach black people from the Mediterranean and insert white people who weren't even around during the dawn of history, per white people's own science, I might add. So they want to detach blacks from in that part of Africa from history, civilization, writing, and most importantly, interactions with invading white peoples, which results in race mixing, which is why you have so many Europeans who are dark hair, some curly hair, some even kinky hair, full lips, all different ranges of what would be non-white if they were in another country. But and the other misnomer is a lot of people think that people in Southern Europe are all dark. There's some white people, blonde hair, blue eyes, because you had different invaders. One day I'll do a show showing what white people are all about. Really. But the question is, why these Negroes come in here with all this BS about Sub-Saharan Africans? And if you notice on the thumbnail on this video, I put a list of people who are Sub-Saharan Africans. Now, I know some people may have seen these people. The wise among us, they already knew what the hell it was. But others may have seen them and said, okay, who are these people? And that's the precise question that I'm asking. And this is what I ask these pro-blacks and these pan-Africanists. Who are the Sub-Saharans? What is the Sub-Saharan? They can't answer it. Some of them try to say it's a Bantu. And I listen when some try to intelligently tell me what a Bantu is, but they can never get to the point, meaning that they don't know what the answer is. If you got to tell me a whole bunch of stuff about a whole bunch of different items and say, this is Bantu, then when I ask you specifically, I'm not just talking about the person I was having the back and forth with. But when you tell me it's a whole bunch of different stuff, it's complicated, that means it doesn't exist. Because if it's that complicated that you can't explain it, it can't be real. Now, if I ask you what a Ferrari is, and you tell me what that is, and you can show me what that is, you could tell me where it's made, you could tell me the category that it's in. That, it's pretty simple. That means you know what that is. But when you're telling me it's this, that, language groups, then I ask you what the look is, you can't give me a look. But these are what people say that Sub-Saharan Africans are. Bantus. I asked the Somalis, what is a Bantu? Because I used to deal with the Somalis before Tariq Nasheed was. But it wasn't arguments and all that kind of stuff. But they would keep mentioning Bantus. The best that they can give me is they have crisp hair. But then again, some Somalis they say are not Bantus have crisp hair. So that's not really telling me anything. So again, what is a Sub-Saharan African? A layperson to knowledge will say it's anybody below the Sahara Desert. Okay. Then when I ask these people to describe one, because people keep acting like it's a people, some people even say you have sub-Saharan DNA. You know that's far-fetched. They can't tell you what that is. So that's why I showed you. I'm about to show you some video this time, real quick clips, just to get the idea of different sub-Saharan Africans. And I know what I'm going to hear from some people, but I don't care because you have defined sub-Saharan African in a general sense. So I'm going to show you some of these people. So they asked what I asked what a sub-Saharan African is, what does one look like? What is the language? All they can say, best they could do is come up with Bantu. And like I said, they can't define it. What is the sub-Saharan African history? There is none, as far as they could tell. Some of these people also don't know what an afro is. As we've heard on this show and from others, when you see people with rounded hair, they're not sure if the hair is kinky, they're not sure if it's curly, they don't know what it is. That it's like, okay, well, if you had to show them a Jackson 5 video and they don't know what an afro is, but you see the afro, but they probably would point it out being that it's the Jackson 5. But if you had a Muhammad 5 out of Saudi Arabia with the same hair, all of a sudden, they're not sure if it's an afro because it's not in Africa. Makes no sense. That means they're lying, but for whatever reason, who knows? So I don't know why blacks have to lie. And then we ask, who is the real sub-Saharan African? Because I'm about to show you some. So which one is the real one? I already know what a few answers are going to be. So that's why I'm setting you up. So that's why you got to tell the truth when you get on. uh, who is a real African? And what does a real African look like? As Truthful Troll and Tyrone know. And Pan Africans who I've interacted with know. That question is the most simple question, but at the same time, it's the hardest question to answer. And the reason why it's the hardest question to answer is because they don't know. And they can't answer it, but it's the whole basis of Afrocentricity and Pan-Africanism. Because you constantly hear them say, people who look like you and me. You hear that. Then with some people, black comes in every color. Well, if you come in every color, how are you black? That doesn't make any sense. So what is black? What is African? Let us know. Start thinking about something. So they say when we describe some traits and of what black may or may not be, that's what some people will come up with. They'll say, oh, well, thick lip. They'll try to sound educated. Thick lips, dark skin, woolly hair, wide nose. Then when we show them Africans with the opposite, or even the opposite features, but with dark skin or even darker skin, now they're thrown for a loop. And they'll say, yeah, well, we come in a wide range of phenotypes. Everybody can't look the same. Well, then why the hell did you just give me a lineup of certain features that's supposed to be black? And if all Africans or all black people don't have these features, that doesn't make any sense because they're lying. And the reason why is because they're afraid to admit, you know what, God damn it, I've just been spoon fed Pan-African BS or white supremacist BS. But I really don't know. what African is. I really don't know what black is. And I damn sure don't know what Sub-Saharan African is, but it sounds good to the white man, so I'll repeat it. And I bet you by the end of the night, we still won't get any answers. And Chief X is one of those coons. I'll call him a name. He's one of those coons who will present questions, but gives you no answers. He gives you his answers, which is mimicking what the white man had to say. And we all know the white man's motives. So, before I play these videos and then let people on, some of these people also say, which is new news, that so-called Sub-Saharan Africans never had any boats. They were incapable of making boats. I don't know why they're coming in. They're not sailors, even though you got a term called mooring, which is showing you how to sail a boat, because Moors were the boat builders and the master sailors. They taught the white man. And we know Moor means black, because if you remember the last week's show, we had a man come up. His name was the Psychopatheus. And he, I guess, inadvertently showed us the definition of Moor. And in 2 times and in 2 different contexts, it said that Moor means black. I was also on the show today. He also showed me, this is the funny part. He keeps proving my case for me every time we talk. That's the funny part. We were talking about small hats and their control of entertainment media, and everybody, if for some odd reason, he found it hard to believe when I said that 90% of white people that you see on TV, movies, and media are small hats. He couldn't believe it. So I guess he tried to challenge me on that. He picked a TV show from the past. I guess he picked it because of the subject matter of the show, the Dukes of Hazzard. I guess he figured there wouldn't be any small hats on that. But see, he forgets that every show, every movie is either produced or executive produced by a small hat. The first actors chosen will be small hats. So I looked and checked some of the cast out. I actually didn't know until he recommended it. And I'm like, oh man, damn, looks like most of the cast are small hats. I said, damn, I never even thought about that. But that's how it goes, man. Some things you just can't escape. And, I just hope that people learn the truth, accept the truth. Once you learn to accept the truth, then we can move forward. But if people, for whatever the reason is, don't want to accept the truth, then I'm not sure why they don't want to. Anyway, let me check out some videos. Now, this is Madagascar. Now, I've heard some subset. Now, this lady, I don't think she's from Madagascar, but when I bring up Madagascar, and if you notice, I was the first one talking about Madagascar, then other people started following, Pan-Africanists and pro-blacks. They started following along because I like to show you the hardcore reality. And the only reason why I even started doing this is because the so-called master teachers, the PhD blacks, will come up, say some things that sounded outrageous to me or unbelievable. And I just figure, hey, why don't I just check it out for myself instead of just listening to these guys dictate it to me? And once I started checking some things out for myself, I said, some things don't make sense here. Something ain't right. But there's a wonder why they never talk about Madagascar. But some black Pan-African people, they'll say, well, Madagascar is not really attached to Africa and it was uninhabited. Okay. If that's the case, then if these Indonesians were the first one to get there, then I guess there would be indigenous Africans. And since Madagascar isn't what they want to call sub-Saharan Africa, these are sub-Saharan Africans. This is going by their logic.
And Madagascar's prosecutor general has said that the plan was to not only kill the president but also other top-ranking officials in the government. Reports indicate that 2 French nationals have been arrested over the assassination plot. Reolina,
Look at that soul brother and his soul brother family.
who first took over as president of Transitional Authority in 2009 at the age of 35 years, was accused of rampant fraud to
So people, this man right here and his family and people looking like him, this is a sub-Saharan African. Like it or not. Now, do these features still coincide with a black feature or a sub-Saharan African feature? Ankh, Chief X, Rifleman, whoever the hell. Any other white proponents speak on this?
secure a victory in the 2018 elections. Last month, during the Madagascar's Independence Day celebrations, government announced that an attempt to kill ahead of the National Police Force General Richard had been foiled. The
Pan-Africanists. You always talk about, and this is why I get on these people. They always talk about Arabs being an enemy. But yet, so many of them are named Abdul and Muhammad. Notice Umar Johnson is starting to use his real name more often now. Find that hilarious. But this is sub-Saharan Africa. So you can't keep using the excuse that North Africa is occupied by Arabs. Those people are not even Arabs. They're Ottoman Turks, white. And I'm not even going to show them today. You can look them up for yourself because I showed them in the past. Here in Southeast Africa, you have Mongol Asians, and you're talking about China. These people already came way before China. And they get elected as the president of the country. He's not the first. Let's move on to this. These are some other sub-Saharan Africans.
Hello. And then Jesse had the brown cot.
They still look at videos of their old home, but none of them regret coming back to South Africa.
Now I know what some of them are saying right off. Well, these are foreign occupiers. They're not indigenous to Africa, but goddamn it, they're still sub-Saharan Africans, right? Haile Selassie, his people aren't indigenous to Africa. He doesn't have what you want to call African features, but you still call him a black man and he's also a sub-Saharan African. Take your variety and love it.
That was our small garden in London, eh? There's a whole trampoline fitted in the back garden.
Now there's a bit more.
Look at that beautiful white African queen.
Now there's a bit more space for the trampoline. There's sunshine almost every day. And their house is a far cry from the 75 square meters they occupied in London.
London was very good to us, but it was never home. You know, it was never the same quality of life.
Some people might call her a cave bitch. But women like these are the African and the black man's top choice.
You would be able to have here. And we love
Why? I'm not sure, but I'm sure her whiteness has a lot to do with it and the hair.
being home.
They're among the growing numbers of South Africans who've moved home in recent years. There's even a website to help with the move, offering practical advice on how to find a house or a job. After the end of apartheid, around 800,000 white South Africans left the country over 10 years. That was about 1 in every 5 whites. More recently, the brain drain has spread across the population.
Look at that. Another sexy African queen.
Whites, blacks, Indians, and everyone in between. The idea for the website is to convince them to come home.
Our aim is to focus on the scarce skills in South Africa. So your doctors and nurses, accountants, IT
Look at that, homecoming, or you can call it a recolonization program. This video is from 11 years old, by the way.
professionals, all the industries where we really need expertise, we need leadership, and we need strong international skills to come home and create jobs and help grow the economy.
Wallace Short fits the bill. As an
Even for 11 years old, I don't know why this video is not in HD.
IT engineer, he quickly found a job in a local company. Some whites worry about Black Economic Empowerment, or BEE, an affirmative action program that favours people who were historically disadvantaged.
I was really pretty confident that I would get a job, even though there was BE available. I mean, BE is an option. The thing is, with the technical side, you cannot fill those positions with BE candidates.
You get the idea. Here's another Sub-Saharan African. And I know people are like, oh my. But as you can see, I don't think most people like to associate themselves with these guys. And not to put them down, but after what, 100,000 years, I can't believe these people still running around with no clothes on.
Hey, we go ska, them go down. Ngashi, they me ujwa, kuri ngureng, do kai kau. Jam ko kwan ska so ku kau si. Then end of shining asi. Oka so si, we go ngai go da, kai ngai go dang.
According to the white man, these are the first modern human beings, or the oldest people still around. Gotta admit, it's hard to believe that they had civilization. When is this video? 2 years ago. And they didn't even get to they're barely out of the caveman days. I'm being honest with you. And the reason why I say that is because they don't even have a tunic that they created. And they always said they had a clicking sound with their language, is what I always want to hear. Gotta admit, some people say they probably created the Asian. Could be, especially the way he talks. But you notice Black Americans, they always want to be ancient Egyptians, people who are great. They don't want to be associated with the people running around with no clothes on. But when it comes to Black peoples outside of Africa, those are the ones they always point to, the ones without any clothes on. Why? But this is a Sub-Saharan African too. So look what we have here. That's one Sub-Saharan African. That's another. Here's another. Haile Selassie is another. And here's another. But this last one I'm going to show you, they're all going to like this one. They don't like this one. But this was the main body of Sub-Saharan African. But the next one I'm going to show you, they're going to be like, oh, hell yeah, that's an African. But any other time, hell no. Yeah, you like that, huh? She's not she's Black, isn't she? She's not a biracial, therefore she's not Black. Only Black woman comes with these kind of curves, right? of course, there's always exceptions to every rule when people want an argument that fits them. So let me put this link up in here. Let's see who's ready to come on and rock the house. Mocha TV, I'm from the mythical tribe of Shabazz. That's definitely what it is. She's from Ethiopia. Yep. She definitely is. That skin look like coconut husk. Yeah, the skin look bad, man. That's that hot sun. See, but
What up?
desert in the south too. Yeah, what's going on, brother?
Yeah, also with your video, why do Pan Africans always want to be the light skinned Africans? They don't want to be the unappealing Africans like the ones with the lip plate. Yeah, they want to be claimed up with the Haile Selassie eye, but they don't want to be claimed up with the lip plate thermo.
Right.
And they skip over like West Africa and want to claim the Khoisan or the Xhosa people because they was kicking the European in the behind. But West Africa sold these niggas into slavery. So why are you praising your slave master?
Right. We got America's Rifleman. You saying they're Madagascan people. They're not Sub-Saharan African in the South Pacific. I explained why they're Sub-Saharan African.
If that's the case, then how come the white man clumps Madagascar with Sub-Saharan Africa, but not Egypt? They consider Egypt a part of the Middle East or Europe,
Right.
and attribute North Africa to Arabs, Turks, and pale people like Psycho sacrificing North Africans just because North Africans was enslaving West Africans. That don't make any sense because North Africans have black Africans, and those same North Africans are the ones that help colonize the Americas and Pan-Africans because it interferes with their victimization Olympic grift. So that's why they don't claim the Moors to be black. And it's funny how Psycho tried to grift by saying, oh, Moor don't mean black because it's a hyphen saying black or Moor. There's no such thing as a white Moor.
Right. But in all truthfulness, after the Moors made people Muslim, whether they were white mixed or what have you, then after a while, everybody started calling any Muslim in the area Moor.
Exactly. And before the word Moor was applied to these people, they were referred to as barbarians, right?
Right.
Before the Europeans coined the term Moor. And before they were called Barbary, and before they classified themselves as Tamazine Berbers and all that shit, they were Carthaginians under the Hannibal Empire.
Right.
And then Pan-African pseudos like Mod Forever and Psycho try and claim that Hannibal was a Caucasian.
Right. That part I don't like. Like I said, I got books on Hannibal. They could tell you every damn thing about the man, what he wore, what his temperament was, what he ate.
He wasn't black.
But they can't tell you that. But they don't know what the man looked like. Get the hell out of here.
He wasn't black.
Okay, what was he, Psycho?
Yeah.
He was North American.
North American.
I mean North African. He was North African. He was North African.
No, you just said he was North American. So you saying that American Indians?
No. He was North African. I said
no. He made a mistake. Rifleman. You just saw my presentation about so-called Sub-Saharan Africa, right? And you saw the diversity in Sub-Saharan Africa, right? You can't lie though. That was definitely diversity. That was diversity.
Alquan, man. I don't know what kind of good weed you got going on, brother. Like, I need to just give me a gram of what you got smoking, brother. That's what.
Okay, Psycho. Hold on.
Tyron, please let me finish.
Tyron.
Yeah, please don't speak over me. I know you're going to. I know it's hard for you, but let me say this. Okay. Look, the thing about Madagascar, like I'm trying to explain to you, there have been extensive DNA studies on people from Madagascar, like the original people from Madagascar. Their DNA is they're more like Rapa Nui and Papua New Guinea than they are Sub-Saharan African or African in
Are
general.
you saying they're
That's hold
Australoid?
on, Tyron, stop,
Are you saying they're Australoid?
Tyron, please, sir. Okay, so what I'm saying is geographically they probably call them Sub-Saharan African, but by DNA and lineage, they are not Sub-Saharan African.
But who
Okay.
are the original
So
people?
wait a minute.
They're not
So if we going by that,
They're not
if we going by that,
But hold on,
wait a minute, American Rifleman.
who are the original people of Madagascar?
Some motherfuckers that came on a raft from Papua New Guinea. I don't know what to tell you.
A raft from Papua New Guinea. Okay, so you're saying that there were original black peoples outside of Africa?
Look, they're okay. Look, there's other dark skinned people on the planet. They just aren't.
No,
African.
they're not. What is dark skin?
on the
Wait a minute. What's
that
other
aren't
dark
African.
skin? What's other dark skin?
People from freaking Papua New Guinea, they got woolly hair.
That's
and they
not
got
no
dark
other
skin.
dark skin. They're black. Are they
Yes,
not?
they're
By
black. Yes,
definition?
they're black, but they're not African black. Yes, they're black.
What is
but
an
they're not
Africa
Sub-Saharan
black? What is?
African.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is an Africa black?
They're Asian. They're Asian.
That's not Asian. What is an Africa black?
Well, Pacific Islander. I don't know what the fuck to tell you, but they're not African.
But
What is a
Rifleman,
Pacific Islander?
did you saw the?
And by the way, look.
Hold on.
Wait a minute. What is an Africa black if Africans don't identify with the color black?
I know people from Fiji that literally are darker than me.
Right.
Okay. And from a distance, you look at them, you're like, "Oh, they're African American, or they're African." But no, they're from fucking Fiji. Okay, they just have dark skin.
How do you
And that's it.
distinguish?
But there's nothing wrong.
How do you call yourself? Wait a minute.
They're
Wait
just
a
not
minute.
African.
Why do you call yourself a crayon rather than a country, and why you call yourself a continent rather than a specific country?
Okay, there is
So
there's black people on the continent of Africa that come from the grasslands and all those places that are yeah. Anyway, all I'm saying is everybody know Negroids and Africans are very distinct people.
Okay, pause. Now, what is a Negroid? Can you describe a Negroid to us?
Somebody from Sub-Saharan Africa.
What is Sub-Saharan Africa?
Hold on, Tyron.
What's a Bantu?
Hold on. Now, I just showed you a few ranges of Sub-Saharan Africans. So which one are we talking about?
You showed me people coming from Britain into South Africa. That's what you showed me.
No, I didn't know they were returning to South Africa. Did you not hear?
Yeah, but you got to remember they're Dutch. They're Dutch people. Okay,
they'll tell you they're Africans.
Aboriginal to Europe.
You know the Transvaal. You know the Transvaal and places like that.
But those people will tell you that they're African. And they're not European.
Well, they can. I mean, that's fine. They're African because maybe they were born on the continent. So yeah, you're African, but you're not Sub-Saharan African by DNA.
But South Africa is about Sub-Saharan as you can get.
No. They by nationality are African.
Yeah, they are African by culture,
but not by DNA or lineage. They are.
Now pause. What is African DNA?
What I got coursing in my veins, Negro, or whatever you are.
African DNA.
What the hell you are? Tyron's Chinese. I don't know what the fuck he is. I don't know. You guys don't even show your faces, so I don't even know how you can claim to be black or be in these black spaces talking to black people. We don't even. Y'all need to show receipts of who you are.
What is a black phenotype consist of?
You're not black.
American Rifleman, what does a black phenotype consist of?
Yeah,
oh my God.
Yeah, explain that.
My lineage comes from West Africa.
Well,
from Benin, Nigeria,
those are not
Angola. places
So
like
you
that.
coming from all these places, but can't pinpoint a culture or a
But
tribe.
that's where
That's
black
not a
people
black.
come
Then
from.
you're saying that you
That's
don't
where
have a
sub-Saharan
tribe.
Africans come from.
That's not a black.
They
That's not
come
a
from
sub-Sahara.
that.
What is that? That means
Okay. Well,
nothing.
okay.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Tyron, you're just insane,
That
sir.
means nothing.
All right.
You're
Hold on.
just
All
shouting
right.
out dribble.
All right. Hold on a second. Now, Rifleman, can you please describe what this African or Negroid is? Now explain. Look, think of it like this. I'm a cop. You just been robbed by a Negro.
I mean, I always knew you were Agent Harcold,
all
but
right. Well, we saw you dressed up the other day, but check it out. now I'm a cop. You just been robbed by a Negroid. I want you to describe a Negroid to me, so I know.
somebody with dark skin.
Okay, now it could
You
be.
just said
It could,
Polynesians got dark skin. So what?
now,
Let's narrow down what kind of dark skin you talking about.
but that could, a dark skin. That could be the man at the 7-Eleven.
Well,
That could be an East Indian.
somebody that's from the country of India. People know they have dark skin, but they don't look Negroid or African.
But that's
like
why.
I do.
But hold on. So, this is why I'm trying to ask you to describe this Negroid for us, so we know what you're talking about. Describe it. If you can't describe it, then it doesn't exist.
You guys are just insane. There's nothing I guess I can say to.
Nigga, you didn't invent the word black, so you can't even
Don't say.
describe what it
So you're
means.
calling me the N-word now, Taiwan?
Did you invent the word black?
You're not even black.
Did you invent the word Negroid? Did you invent the word Africa?
Okay,
Matter of fact, West Africans create the word Africa.
You cannot use the word nigga.
Hold on.
You cannot use the word
Hold on. Let's
nigga.
narrow this shit down. Did West Africans invent the etymology of the word Africa? Did West Africans create Sub-Saharan Africa? Matter of fact, did they call themselves Bantu?
You're gonna need that in case the white man come in there and try and lynch you.
Anybody try to come and lynch me, they're gonna have
American Rifleman. If that's the case, how come white people didn't refer to you as Bantu when you was enslaved by him in America?
Okay, I guess that's his way. That's his way of saying I can't answer questions, so let me create a diversion.
Well, I mean, I don't know how to answer these idiotic statements he keeps making.
Okay, well, hold up. I tried. Let's dial it back. Like I said, you said something about Negro. I just want you to describe what a Negroid would look like.
Do you know what people who from the Central African Republic look like?
No,
we don't. They can come in many looks.
Okay. Do you know what people from, let's say, wow, you didn't even let me say anything.
No,
okay,
because I need to know what this Negroid looks like. I can't go by
Hot
somebody
dogs on the back of their neck.
Okay. Now, do you know where Nambia is, right?
No.
Namibia, yeah. Those people are considered Negroid.
Oh, those are the only.
That's not West Africa, is it?
So those are the only people?
Well, the country next to theirs is considered Negroid as well.
Okay, so describe that look for us, just in case we suppose I'm blind.
People with flat noses, people with dark skin,
eyes.
People with full lips, people with full lips.
Eyes.
Okay. So what about the hair? What about the hair? So no hair. So they don't have any hair. So
Alquan, they do have hair. They just wrap it up in mud. He talking about them Himba people that paint themselves in red paint and wrap their hair up in mud.
They're Negroids. They're Negroid.
They're not Negroid. They're the same ethnicity as the Khoisan, nigga. Those people weren't even brought over here as slaves.
Check this out. So since you gave us a description, do you say that fits the whole Sub-Saharan African description?
No, it doesn't.
No,
Africans got different looks.
No, Rifleman, I'm asking him. Does that, what you just described, does that fit the whole Sub-Saharan African?
What? Ask that again. I'm sorry.
what you just described as a Negroid, does that fit everybody in Sub-Saharan Africa the most?
For the most part, yeah, that's a good amount of Africans. There's different features, but for the most part, we're very distinct. They're very distinct people. I don't even know how y'all are even playing this game right now.
Okay, did you now the Khoisan Bushman that you saw in the video? Does he fit what you just described?
I didn't see any Khoisan Bushmen in any video.
Let me show you.
You know what a Khoisan look like, and they don't look like what you described.
This man, right?
Sub-Saharan.
This gentleman right here. Hello?
Hello?
That would be a Negroid African.
They're not Negroid, though. They call them Capoid Hottentot. So you a liar.
But this doesn't look like a Sudanese type of guy.
So what country is he in? What country does he born?
You just said it, in Namibia, right?
Namibia. And those are not the same people.
Yeah, those are black.
Africans.
Those are black people. People that you
no,
are.
They're not. They're light skinned.
But he's not dark skinned like you said.
They're not jet black like the lip plate.
Nobody said. Okay, see, this is where you guys are crazy. Nobody said Sub-Saharan Africans are all jet black. There's different.
They're not blue black. Africa's supposed to be blue black. It's supposed to be jet black. All of them. They're not blue brown. They're supposed to be yellow. They're supposed to be black.
But you said they're dark. This guy's not dark.
That's not dark. That's light skin. Ain't no light skinned Africans. It's only black. Biggity black.
No, semantics.
There's no such thing as a different shade of black, nigga.
Okay, stop saying the N-word. Can you stop? A white man, can you stop saying the N-word? Chinese man. Hey, Chinese man, can you stop using the N-word?
Speaking of Chinese, how do you
how do you describe Frida Ho being an African?
How do you deal with these eyes right here? How does that work?
Can you tell that Chinaman to stop freaking
okay. A Chinaman said he an African.
Okay, Tyron.
That's Professor Lee Jin.
Tyron, let's hear the man speak. Now explain these what they want to call chinky eyes. Explain that.
That man is not Asian.
I didn't ask you if he was Asian.
I didn't ask you that shit.
I said explain it.
Explain what? He's from Africa.
explain why he looks the way he looks and doesn't look the way you describe.
He's not dark.
You can't. If you can't,
the nigger yellow.
Listen, if you can't explain it, that's fine too. You can just say, "Hey, I can't explain it."
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, let's.
You need a tag team partner.
Okay, let's explain this. The Sub-Saharan African, these Sub-Saharan Africans right here.
No, those are people. I mean, by region, but they're not Sub-Saharan African by DNA. Those are people from Madagascar who are more closely linked to South Pacific Islanders than they are Sub-Saharan Africans.
Okay.
What is a South Pacific Islander?
A nigga from the island.
So you said they're niggas, right? You said they're niggas.
Rapa Nui, the island, nigga.
Wait a minute, stop right there. You just said that they're niggas.
No, I didn't say that.
So the niggas come from Africa? Wait a minute, because in the late Richard Pryor, Roy said he ain't find no niggas in Africa. Explain that shit. You just said that South Pacific Islanders are niggas, and they're dark skinned. So why are you playing these type games? Hold on, Rifleman. Why are you playing these games?
Hey, I know you got the fried rice in your ears, but I never said that.
I know you got pangolin down your throat.
All right, Rifleman. Can you explain this Sub-Saharan African for us?
He's Ethiopian or something or Somali.
No. I said explain him.
Okay, his people are Semitic people.
What is a Semite?
What is a Semite?
Okay, they say themselves that they came from like the Arabian Peninsula or something else, and they're not
Oh,
100%
but the
sure.
West Africans.
They admit
Wait a minute.
they
Wait a
admit
minute.
that they came on the
Somebody has an
continent.
echo. Somebody has an echo. Rifleman, speak. That might be Tehran.
Yeah, it is Tyrone. Freaking idiot.
All right, so meet yourself, Tyron, for a second. Hello. Okay, now explain. You said, hold on a second. Oh, he is muted.
Tyrone is an idiot.
All right, no name calling, but check this out. So explain this man right here, because this is a Sub-Saharan African.
Okay, listen to me. Before Tyrone interrupted, I tried to explain that he is from Ethiopia, but his people thousands of years ago came from the either Arabian Peninsula or they're just Semitic peoples. And then also on top of that, they admixed with Africans that were already there in that area that they went to, and they admixed and they became Ethiopians. Case closed.
Okay, where's your evidence for that? Because when we
hold on one second, Tyron. I got one more for him. Now, I want you to explain this guy, because this man is Semitic as well. Rifleman. Hello?
I'm sorry, my internet. I put on my Wi-Fi, so it was out for a second. Ask that again because I didn't hear for like a few seconds.
Yeah, matter of fact, this is a better picture. I like this one better. This man right here. This man is Semitic as well.
Okay, not all Semitic people. Like Semitic people are like tan, dark skin a little bit. I mean, what you ain't saying nothing.
No, but I'm saying explain this guy.
Okay. He looks like Arab and black mix, maybe. I don't know.
Well, you only said it because I told you he was Semitic. But the point is, he doesn't look like Haile Selassie. That's the point. And you call him a Semite. This man is a Semite too.
Okay. Handsome guy. What's your point?
Oh, and I got some more news for you. This man is not a Sub-Saharan African either. Uh-oh.
I don't care. You're not really saying, okay, what are you trying to prove? I don't really know what you're trying to say.
Because you sound fucking retarded. Now, West Africans like the Mandinka of Cabo said that they come from Yemen, Saudi
Just because
Arabia.
you know a couple.
Wait a minute, don't interrupt, clown. You got West Africans saying that they're not indigenous to West Africa. They're native to Asia. So what are you talking about? You got the Mandinka of Cabo saying that they're from Saudi Arabia, Yemen. You got people from the Lebo tribe in Senegal saying that their origins start in India. And you got the Chaminuga Shona people of Zimbabwe saying that they come from Persia. So what is a fucking Sub-Saharan African if all African Bantus or whatnot come from Asia? Alongside the Ethiopian. What are you talking about?
Those are called myths.
Myths? These are their oral traditions. So when does the Sub-Saharan African say that they're not from Africa? Wait a minute. How is their oral history myths, but his mythology, when Selassie say that he's not a Negro, he's a Caucasian, how is that the truth? But when the your black Sub-Saharan Bantu looking person says where they come from isn't from Africa.
Because there's Ethiopians that have done DNA tests.
You being pseudo? There's no such thing as a nucleotide for DNA, dumbass. There's no racial nucleotide.
They have seen that Ethiopians have an Arab admixture.
What is an Arab?
A mixed race person.
What is a mixed race person?
What you are.
Hold up. I thought you just said they were Semitics.
Semitic. Is a Semite a mixed person?
Semites are Arabs.
What is an Arab?
What your mom is?
There was
Come on.
no Arab. Come on, man. There was no Arab during the Bible times. The Semites, the Hamites, and the Japhites are sons of Noah. So how is there an Arab in the time of Noah? Explain.
Now, if you don't know, it's all right to say you don't know.
Well, you guys are saying everything.
Nigga, there was no Arab
No,
in the Bible.
I'm eating chicken right now.
We're asking questions.
This is the time before the Arabs. This is the
Now,
time
come on,
before the Hebrews.
Come on, Rifleman. You can say that beef patty.
I Caribbean. Come on now. How is there Arab during the Bible times if none of these Bible organizations didn't exist yet? The Arabs became Arabs during the Middle Ages. Wait a minute, clown, because you sat up there and lied. The Arabs didn't come apart and come about.
So we can get answers. Try to get answers. No name calling.
The Arab didn't come about until the Middle Ages, when all the Greek history was eliminated. They didn't come about until the Roman Catholic Church came about.
My man trying to be black eating fried chicken.
So again, I want you to address
Jamaicans don't
my
like
question.
Nah, they like
No,
the royal curry chicken.
They eat the curry goat, the curry chicken, the beef patty.
Matter of fact, I just saw on the side I got curry chicken beef patties.
That sounds disgusting.
Okay, now, matter of fact, you got this guy, Foreign Blasian. I guess he wants to talk to you about Jamaicans and others who like hide in their Chinese heritage and their East Indian heritage.
Tell him to take his white ass back home.
Oh yeah, and white heritage too in Jamaica. Okay, well I guess that's what he's trying to say.
But let's get back to the subject. What is a Bantu Sub-Saharan African? Explain that. What is a black Africa black? What is a Negroid?
A Sub-Saharan African.
What is a Sub-Saharan African?
A black.
What is a black? You just got done saying that Polynesians, Madagascar, and all those people in the South Pacific are black. And niggas. So
black skin. I never said they're niggas.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. You just called them niggas.
Oh my god, whatever. You call me nigga.
Let's get rid of that part. Let's try to get to the point. So, Rifleman, hold on, I got a second. Yeah, you got that echo, Tyrone. Let's just do it like this. If you don't know the answer, it's all right. You don't have to know because you're not claiming to be a master teacher. But what is a Negroid? What is a so-called Sub-Saharan African? Now, apparently, these guys like Chief X and these other people.
I keep telling you what part of the planet they come from, and you guys keep denying that.
No, but I'm asking you to tell me what they look like. Hello?
Do a Google search and put it on.
Well, I just, matter of fact, let me do it again then. This is one guy, one black man. Do you agree he's a Sub-Saharan African?
Well, Sudan's a really weird part of the continent.
My man, I'm just asking you a question. That's all you got to do is answer. Don't do commentary.
I have no idea.
No, he's a North African in the Sahara. Saharan African. So Haile Selassie is the Sub-Saharan African. But they do look strikingly different from each other, right? In every kind of way.
They're both mixed with Arab.
Well, how come they don't look alike then? Huh?
That motherfucker looks like, what's that motherfucker name?
Bin Laden, right?
No, a guy that lived in America.
I don't know who that is. Oh,
The rapper.
oh, the guy who got killed.
Yeah, him. That's
All
who
right.
he looks like.
Well, hey, he comes from the same area. Now, what about this man right here?
He's an Arab
Why?
because he's from Saudi Arabia.
Okay, so that's what makes somebody an Arab.
It helps. I can live in Saudi Arabia. That doesn't make me an Arab.
Okay, which one of these guys looks more like an Arab? This man or this man?
Him.
So this man looks more like an African?
He's closer to an African than the other guy, but he's not 100% African.
But why is this man explain to us, why is this man closer to an African in appearance than this guy?
Because he's got admixed with African, not that guy. That guy's an invader.
Okay, how come this guy doesn't have any admixture with African?
Because he's 100% Arab.
But how come this guy looks more foreign to Africa than this guy would look?
No, he doesn't look more foreign. I don't know where you're getting this.
Okay, let's check this out.
Haile Selassie is an African. I'm pretty sure he considered himself an African, right? He just didn't say he's a Negroid.
Well, you know that by now. Now let's look at this man. Would you say he's African?
I mean,
don't try to give us the answer you think we want to hear. Just give us the answer.
I can't tell.
Okay, is he more African than this man?
Pretty sure.
Is he more African than this man?
I don't know. I don't know who they are.
See, you notice when people are listening, you know the problem that's going on in your mind is because you know this man is from Ethiopia. That's why your mind can't get past that.
Okay.
So that's why you know, even though you know this man's looks look markedly different from this guy and this guy, but for some odd reason you want to associate some type of blackness or some type of Africanness with this guy when he's pretty far away from the other guys.
Look, the DNA tells the tale. All this other shit you talking don't even matter, Negro. Or imposter, whatever you are, because I don't even know what you are. So,
well, I mean, there's no need to. I forgot my man's name that to be in charge of Sudan.
Hey, do a search, Sub-Saharan African. Look it up. You kind of seem to be like afraid to do that.
Well, I'm asking the people.
I'm asking the people. Just put it in the search engine. You Google everything else because you're so smart. Put it in the search engine.
Okay, so here we go.
No, go to the actual search engine.
This is it.
Well, you're doing images.
Oh, you want the information? Okay.
I can't even read it. It's too small. Okay,
so Sub-Saharan is a part of that.
Oh, that's wow. Look at that. It kind of clearly says what Sub-Saharan Africa is. And for months, you guys were like, "What is that? Where is that? What is that? That doesn't exist."
looks like you got us, huh?
I mean, Google got you. I mean, I was already telling you Negroes I gotta stop calling you Negroes because you guys are like straight up Hebrew, Wabian.
Okay, besides forget all the extra stuff. Let's concentrate on this map right here. You agree that this is Sub-Saharan Africa, right?
Okay, you see where Ethiopia is, right? You see where Yemen is, right? You see where Yemen is, right?
I do.
So is it possible that people just took a little tiny trip over into Sub-Saharan Africa from there, right?
And vice versa. But check this out. Okay. It can only happen one way from people coming in.
I didn't say that, but we know they invaded.
And we know that Ethiopia used to rule southeastern Arabia, right? Or maybe you don't know. You don't know. But anyway, you agree that the part in green is Sub-Saharan Africa, right?
It says that clearly.
Okay, and that includes Madagascar. Do you see these countries right here? You see all these countries? Rifleman.
Yes, I see him, Negro.
Okay, I know this is rough. You don't want to admit what I'm about to get into, but this is Sudan. This is Chad. This is I think Niger, Mali, Mauritania. Do you know that these countries used to be
more? If I go to Mauritania, I can get a slave if I want to.
Okay, but I mean, we're not trying to get into that kind of stuff. We're trying to get into some actual real world stuff here.
Oh no, that is real world. Arabs are selling black people in Libya and Mauritania. Okay. Our friends, our brothers.
Okay, well, here's the point. When George Bush II was president, he had the leaders of Niger and Mali come to the White House, right? And you know what they were called? They call those countries Sub-Saharan Africa. And here they go right here in North Africa now. Why? Hello?
I don't understand the question.
No, I think you don't understand the answer, but you understand the question. These countries are not in Sub-Saharan Africa, right? According to this thing that you told me to search for.
Dude, I got the itis from eating all that fried chicken.
Okay. See, this is what I'm saying. Were you like this in school when the teacher asked you some questions?
No, I was actually really good in school.
I don't feel like answering questions, so let me talk some bullshit to get out of it.
Well, I mean, usually my teachers were presenting facts. You present pseudoscience.
Well, right now I'm asking you questions.
Along with the Chinese man, Tyron.
Well, right now I'm just asking you questions right now.
Okay, what's the question?
The question is, you agree that this is Sub-Saharan Africa in the green, right?
I just said yes.
And the rest is North Africa now, right?
Yeah, but even though the line could be further north than I like, but it is what it is.
Then you like. Why does it have to be north at all? Okay, let me not get into that.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
All right, but this is the new line, new definition of North Africa now. Mainly it happened at
That's unfortunate.
It mainly happened at the Sudan split. That's what it mainly happened.
Which I can understand. That makes sense.
Yeah, but they didn't want to put Sudan in North Africa when it was whole. But anyway, here's the bottom line. These countries are in the desert. So how come they still call some of them Sub-Saharan African countries?
It's easier that way.
Okay, man, it's been a while. Tyron, you can take it over, man.
Oh, I gotta take off.
Okay, now you gotta go. Now you gotta go.
Oh no, I really do, because I got work. But it's unfortunate that you non-black people get to talk about black people so much. You know what I'm saying?
So you a slow running coon, huh?
Yeah, well, you're not black. You don't have the right to call anybody black because you're not even black.
Yeah, I do, because you can't even tell us what a Negro is. You can't even tell us what an African phenotype is. You can't even tell us what a black phenotype is. Shit, we can use your source, Wikipedia, and type up the definition of what an Afro is, and it says that Melanesians have Afros. It says Polynesians have Afros. It says Africans have Afros. It has Europeans have Afros.
What's a
What are you talking about? There's no such thing as there's no such thing.
Okay, now it's trying to be funny. It's trying to be funny now.
Oceloid, and it's an offshoot of Negroid.
And
So
you're a
what are you talking
mongoloid,
about?
boy.
How am I a mongoloid? You never see my face. See, he a runner.
He doesn't come up to really drop nothing. He just denies everything.
He don't. He come up here and troll, bro.
Yeah. And you got a bad echo too.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was my headphones, my shitty headphones.
Oh yeah. See, now he considers. Oh, I'm just mute you for a second because you got this. It's hard to hear with this. But he considers himself a Pan African. But again, if he's a Pan African, how come he doesn't know anything about Africa? He doesn't know anything about his own topic. Explain that.
Do the real.
But he runs when the questions get too hard. Again, if you don't know anything, it's okay to say, I don't know. It's all right. Nobody's going to hold it against you. All right, you can speak because I don't think it echoes when you speak. So.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Yeah, no, I've been hearing you. It's just when I speak, there's an echo. On your end.
I'm sorry about that. Look, this guy is a straight clown. Did y'all not hear him say that Polynesians and Melanesians are niggas, right? Also, why is he trying to say, they're black, but they're not black like you? Why is he constantly trying to make that argument? Knowing in pseudo, there is no DNA marker for Negro-ness. There's no DNA marker for Asianness. There's no DNA marker for Native Americans. There's no DNA marker for whiteness. So what is this clown talking about? We all know when we look up the definition and the etymology of these words, it don't mean what we think it means. It means what the European says it means.
Right.
Because they're constantly changing definitions. And when they apply the word Sub-Saharan Africa on Africans, they're trying to make them invasive species on their own land and insert in pale people as aboriginals.
Right.
And making Africans an invasive species with no home.
Damn. That sounded better than anything they can come up with.
Exactly. And these Pan-African niggas are nothing but regurgitators. They can't even tell you what a Bantu or a Sub-Saharan African is. Even if you ask local Native Africans, they'll tell you that Bantu shit wasn't applied. They didn't call themselves Bantu. That's something that European Wilhelm Bleek applied to the Xhosa-speaking, dark-skinned, woolly-haired, wide-nostril, thick-lipped Africans in South Africa and Zimbabwe, and tried to homogeneously clump them up with West and Central Africans. That's where that word Bantu comes from. In Sub-Sahara, these Afrocentric Pan-Africans are grifters so bad that they sit up here and regurgitate the Egyptology lies on applying a white Egypt onto Africa when these niggas know that Egypt was not white. They had, what's his name, Charles Gabriel Seligman make up a Sub-Saharan African phenotype based off of those hieroglyphics that show the Egyptians enslaving so-called Nubians. And they ran with that shit and said that, they was enslaving West Central Africans, knowing that Nubia is the grandfather of the ancient Kemetic civilization.
Damn, Pan-Africans can't even put it like that.
No, they
can't even
can't.
say anything.
They some grifters. What they trying to do is dick suck Native Americans, complaining about us laying claim to our indigenous roots within the United States in the southeastern part of the United States and the East Coast, and also in Latin America and the Caribbean, because you don't find any Mongol-style Native Americans within the Southeast during when colonization starts and they're allegedly bringing in all these Africans into the Southeast, but it turns out that they were enslaving American Indians indigenous to the Southeast and the East Coast and the Caribbean and mixing them all up and trying to confuse those Indian enslaved children to thinking that they came from somewhere else.
Yep.
And what American Riflemen doesn't want to admit, they know that mainland North American Indians was brought through the Caribbean and mixed up with the Caribbean Indians. Such as if you look at the timeline of Indian wars, such as the Keith War, the Pequot War, the Yamasee and Stono Rebellion, all those people are those indigenous tribes that came up out of these areas within the 13 colonies.
Yep. Not only Mongol looking people in the Caribbean, they are Mongol.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the history of hair conquest. Because Pan Africans want to drift away from how we started straightening and relaxing our hair. And it did not come from self-hating and admiring white people's hair. Because they like to attribute our hair conks to pompadours in Europe. And Elvis and all these other people, greasers and Japanese people and Mexicans in the lowrider culture and all that. And they want to attribute our zoot suit to pale people when that's our culture. I looked up the history of conch and it says on the root word, they try to leave out gaps on how it was developed because they say they accredit it to Garrett Morgan or they accredit it to Madam T.J. Walker, but it's older than that because you have indigenous tribes utilizing goose grease, bear grease, raccoon fat, and putting it in their own hair. And don't nobody, and Africans were introduced to Europeans for thousands of years. How come the African didn't develop the conch if it was made out of self-hatred of one's hair?
Not only that, Tyron. What's good, John? What up, chat?
What's good? I'm gonna mute Tyron for a second because of that feedback. You say you got the Bluetooth headphones on?
Yeah.
And I guess your phone doesn't have a wire connection, right?
No, it don't. It's a wireless.
I'm saying the echo.
Nah, that's Tyron's. So I'm gonna mute him for a second and let you say what you guys say, and then you can jump in.
Yeah. But not only that, you know, if we, like I tell brothers all the time, if we are truly Africans, and you look up all of the inventions that so-called Black Americans came up with, why wasn't those inventions already established in Africa? Why are they still so far behind the few Black Americans? If they didn't take all of us, we had to be a small percentage. If let's say we come from Africa, right? You can't take all of the Africans. You know what I'm saying? So this knowledge that we have, this African heritage that we have, this I forgot which brother it was, Munene. You know, any culture that you guys that we create in America is African culture because we are African. Okay, cool. But if that's where we come from, we should be able to look over there and see examples of us. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, there were brothers that are the same as us in Africa, but those brothers came from here and went over there. But as far as a culture being established or a people being established, we are just not the same. You know what I'm saying? But they should have already invented the street light. They should have already invented the spoon and the fork, the hairbrush, the air condition, the goddamn what else did we come up with, man? Tyron, tell me some shit I don't know, man.
Clothes.
Yeah, you know, even looking at the boats, even looking at, you know, welding and things like that.
Speaking of boats, what do you think about these pro-Blacks and Pan-Africans saying that Africans didn't have boats until like 1500s or once the white man brought them over here?
My answer to that would be, how could a boat not be the first form of transportation invented?
Well, they're saying the Africans weren't wise enough to come up with
I would assume that every single issue when they say shit like that is this: every single people in existence would invent a boat. Every people would invent a boat, because in order to move by water, you got to do it some kind of way. Even if it ain't a boat, even if it's just the little wood that they tie together and with the little Gilligan Island type shit. You know, if you're traveling by water, you got to do it some kind of way, man. We didn't start off with cars, man. They just tell us anything and expect brothers to believe it. Like these brothers literally just say anything. Shout out to Psychopathia, man. I love when that brother come on. If you listen to, man, shout out to you. But even when we asked him, yo, which part of your family can you prove definitively come from Africa? He said, I can't, but I can prove that my family come from Southern America. Well, goddamn, man. So you just gonna ignore the fact that you cannot prove your family come from Africa, and when I bring it up, you say we moving the goalposts. I just talked to some older brothers at the barbershop, and they said, man, they were saying the same shit because they was on their pro-black shit. They are also retired military. I gotta say that, by the way. And one of the brothers said, he said, I was in the military 20 years. He said, this is exactly how he said it. I don't want shit on the man because he a cool brother. But he said, man, I've been in the military 20 years. And he said, you can't be in the military 20 years without having to prove to them that you are willing to stomp out your own black men. That's what he said. He told me in order to be in the military 20 years. No, he said anybody in the chat in the military that's ever been in the military, he said after you are E5, that's when you got to be willing to fuck over your own people. And excuse my language, Alquan. I'm sorry to say that. You got to be willing to mess over your own people in order to, go E6 or any past that. E5 will be like sergeant first class. E6 would be sergeant first class, something like that. Anybody could correct me if I'm wrong if y'all got military experience. But like things like that, you just can't ignore certain things. You know what I'm saying? And it's the questions that I always had that proved to me that we are not African, because in order to defend that we come from Africa, I had to keep creating more and more questions. And every time a brother would answer me, I would have no answer for it. I would just have to like literally ignore what this brother is saying and not even acknowledge it. Well, bro, we come from Africa. We just do. Well, why, brother? How you know we came from Africa? Man, that's what they taught us in school. Well, do you believe that they could tell a lie? Are they capable of telling you a lie in the school system? Why would they lie? It's school. Why would they lie?
Same thing with the
tell brothers
news.
that we had our own companies and our own businesses, and the farther you go back, most of your great grandparents had their own trades, and things that they did, and then the American dream came about. Send your baby to college, go get educated.
Not only
Get
that,
educated, you can make more money.
Why would Europeans advertise Negroes as indigenous Americans on tobacco ads or put American Negroes on the Confederate
Hey,
dollars?
Tyron. No, I just want to see if you had the echoes going.
Oh, I took my headphones off.
And even that, Tyron, the farther when you go back past the dollar, right, past the green leaf, and you look at the American currency, this is another thing. Another way we can prove it is we can pull up American currency. What did the coins look like, and who was on those coins?
Us.
Before we started using paper dollars, before we put the crackers on the paper dollars, and I say crackers online because one day Alquan was like, these
Then on
pro-blacks
top of
want to call
that,
them crackers.
our presidents, most of our
I call them crackers
presidents,
all day. Before we put crackers on the paper dollars, who was on those coins over here in the 1500s, the 1400s? Who was on the currency?
But not only that, since you say dollars, most of our U.S. presidents aren't even so-called white. They're mixed breeds.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Most of our U.S. presidents are mixed breeds from Germany, Russia.
They're black Europeans, which Pan-Africans don't want to admit.
Damn, I was just speaking about to ask a question about him. Now he pops up again. Let's see what Truth Patrol can do with this man.
Could do with who? What's up?
Rifleman?
Yeah.
Oh, he back. He's claimed that he had to go to work, but now he's off. Okay.
Oh, Rifleman, you still
I
in
never
my shit,
said.
huh? I'm still
said.
at work, Rifleman. You seen me say that in the chat, huh? Rifleman, what up, man? How you been, brother?
Chilling. Look,
getting defeated,
I
getting
do have
spanked
to go
on
to
the
work.
live.
Hold on, Chinaman.
Rifleman, I
Hold
gotta
on,
say
Chinaman.
this. When I do these debates, brothers like you, brothers like Munene, brothers like Psychopathia, I enjoy when I come on. We may have our disagreement, but the whole point of this is for us to have these discussions and as a people we decide which one is more true. You know, which one is more believable. Like the white
Not
cracker Bill
y'all.
Judy say, if it don't make sense, it must be a lie.
If it's not us, then how come Benjamin Franklin told you in his own words that certain white people are black,
Well,
such as
I
the
was doing some research
Germans,
That was
on
in
him.
the
church. Yeah, the
Slavs, the
story,
So
yeah, the
Tyron, I
Italians?
was doing
story,
some
and all
research on
that.
Benjamin Franklin, and it's
So
looking
what is
like
the
they
black?
lied on. It's looking like they lied on that brother's ethnicity.
Okay, now,
It's
jump
looking
in
like they lied on Benjamin Franklin too.
Yep.
It's looking like Benjamin Franklin. You know, I don't think he was no cracker. Not from what I see, but they paint. You know,
I don't know
if
if he said those words, and it sounds like he must have been.
yeah, you know, the Romans had a saying, and you gotta understand. I'm from Louisiana. Louisiana, every other state have counties, right? But Louisiana have parishes. Like I'm from New Orleans Parish. My grandparents are from Terrebonne Parish, which would be Homer, Louisiana, which is home of the Chittimacha or the Homer Indians. Now, the reason Louisiana have parishes is by the order of Rome. When Rome decided to change their name, they said that Louisiana, they were going to keep those as parishes. A parish is a church. Now, when you look at it like that, you know, you got to ask yourself, what would Rome have to do with Louisiana?
Nothing at all but the Roman Catholic Church. They all Catholic.
And who was in charge? All right, now, when you say that, we talking about going farther back. Who was in charge? Like, what race did they, what ethnicity was in ruling? Because brothers don't want to admit that we had some sellout, what we would call sellout niggas at the times, and all brothers didn't agree on everything. Because how that song go, for the love of money.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. That's what it was. We already had land,
But what was the
but
currency? Was it the people that was the currency? Because paper dollars wasn't a thing yet.
mm-mm,
It wasn't.
it
It
wasn't.
was gold. It was people.
It was people. That was currency. Really, the labor of people was the
Yeah, the
currency.
labor of people. And if they couldn't find that gold, it's just human trafficking.
You know, like New York. New York was Oyster Island. New York was Oyster Island. That's the original.
The
As far
conch.
as what I seen, New York
You
was
said
Oyster Island. And
the
then when you look
Cohog
up the
conch.
earliest
That's what you
depictions
talking
of New
about.
Yorkers, you gonna see brothers. You gonna see brothers over there in that land. That's why to the brothers from New York, if y'all can't trace y'all family nowhere else, y'all most likely are the Indians from New York. Y'all always was there. You been there since the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Everywhere else, every land in the world, these Pan-Africans say black people were everywhere. So
Exactly.
when we say, well, yeah, we the blacks from
Well,
America.
now they
Oh, nah,
dial
brother,
now
it
they
wasn't them
dial
niggas over there though.
they dialing that back now because now they're trying to say that Africans didn't create boats, so that kind of takes away from that out of Africa theory now.
Exactly. Oh, and we're gonna get into the Chief X stuff.
Yo, this
He's
Chief X
glad I ain't
dude,
bring
bro.
up my
I watched his videos,
slideshow right now.
Yo, Tyron, I watched this Chief X dude's videos, man, and I'm telling you, bro, that dude, he's something serious, man, because he funny as hell. I can't lie, bro. I can't lie. He funny as hell,
To
but
me, he's
he know
pseudo.
how to use his wittiness, and he know how to mix it. He a better version of Sinetta, in my opinion. He like Sinetta 2.0.
I'm sure he learned from him.
He learned from, you know what I'm saying? And my mother told me something. My mother said, she said, Joseph, that's my real name, y'all, Joseph. My mother said, Joseph, next time you go online, you tell that Tyron dude to let them people talk because they don't be doing nothing but hanging themselves. And when y'all cut them off, she said, because you and Tyron, y'all good for that shit. Y'all don't let nobody get a word in. And Elquan be right there. He wants y'all to let them talk because when y'all let them talk, that's how they hang themselves. And
Yeah.
Tyron, we gotta work. Me and you, we bad with that shit, bro. Tyron, we bad. We ask these people questions.
Yeah, like earlier with Truthful Troll, man. That's why I was like trying to see when they pause. That's not the time to interrupt because now you know that you got them because they're thinking about a lie that they're trying to come up with.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yo, Tyron, you be cooking, man, and yo, I'm terrible with it. I might be worse than you are. But
That's
brother,
why
we gotta
Chief
get better
X
with
didn't
that
want me to
because
come on that day when Alquan told me to get on him. He promised to the chat that he would open up the panel for people to come on and dispute his 10-point claims. But before he did that, he tried to sneakily put in a video saying, "Oh, this Buffalo Soldier historian said that these Native Americans out west never seen niggas before."
You know, I did
And
find
then
that
they say
video
that
on YouTube, and I think that was dated from 1992.
when they associate buffaloes with us, right? I've been all over this country. I've been everywhere except for California and Arizona. I have never seen buffaloes.
There's buffaloes out here. I've seen a buffalo farm up there in the Appalachian Mountains.
In North Carolina?
Yeah, when you going towards Asheville.
Damn.
Damn.
Yo, I'm gonna be coming to North
That
Carolina
would be the
soon because
last place I would think they would be at.
I
But
told you I moved
when
my
this
family to
clown
North
tried to
Carolina,
use
so I'm
that
gonna be coming up there
argument with
soon, man.
when this clown tried to use the argument about, oh, they called us buffalo. Okay, what's their words? What's indigenous people within the Southeast culture calling us their racial slurs if we're playing those type of games that, oh, they was enslaving us. You tried to bring up the 5 civilized tribes enslaving Africans, but you don't know any racial slurs from these 5 civilized tribes. And we built up Black Wall Street on Oklahoma territory and Indian reservations.
Yo, this
So
funny,
we
right?
were born on a reservation. So what is this nigga talking about?
This funny because when I said I was debating them brothers at the barbershop, they listened to Elquan's show. And I started to tell them that I was True Patrol, but I didn't say nothing. So I said, yo, what is, they was talking to me about some shit. I said, well, what the hell is a black man? I said, yo, if I go to Nigeria, no, I said, if a Nigerian come to America, is he a black man? They say, yes. I said, if I go to Nigeria, am I a Nigerian? They say, hell no, you a black man. I said, well,
That
goddamn.
don't make any sense because that's only.
No, look, that's what I said. You know what they told me?
We got somebody named
They
Jimmy
said,
trying to come on. You got to try again. It said device not connected.
they told me, I said, man, that don't make, I said, what you just said, Tyron. I said, that don't make no goddamn sense. They said, well, brother, you moving the goalposts. I said,
How is
man,
that moving the goalposts? Because black is only a
said, man,
social
you moving the
construct we
goalposts.
use when we're in a multicultural society, when they're trying to put us in a status of being poor, to being invasive, to
And if you
being
notice,
dead in the eyes of law. That's what black means within Western society. It ain't got nothing to do with complexion like American Rifleman keeps trying to pull.
and also, if you notice, one of the things I've been noticing in the so-called U.S. is that in 2023, you've been realizing that they're getting rid of middle class. It's
Yeah, they
getting
are.
closer to rich or poor.
That's why they elevating Asians
like
and
damn, there ain't no middle
LGBT
class no
white
more.
people. This is why they're trying to elevate LGBT white people, Native American Mongoloids, and Chinese people as a protected class and trying to make us invasive species and trying to get rid of us by homogenously clumping us with black foreigners.
Well, keep in mind, right? Keep in mind, because you got a lot of these pro-blacks going on their channel saying, in 20 years, the black man is going to be non-existent. The black man is going to have zero currency. The black man won't have nothing. Well, didn't they?
That's because you want to know why? Because the black
hold up,
man
Tyron.
already
Before you
doesn't
say that,
exist.
hold up. Before you say that, didn't they change our classifications in the census bureau? And now they say all of the real Indians have died off.
Yeah,
So
that's what
the
they.
real
That's why
Indians
they
have
erase the
nothing.
history. This is why when you try and look up on the Google algorithm about American relations between, since niggas want to claim five civilized tribes was enslaving us and stuff like that. How come we can't Google up slave narratives from the five civilized tribes talking about, oh, we enslaved all these Africans. The white man set up a workshop for Native Americans to learn all these West African languages to decipher slave lingo and to teach them how to farm.
Hold on, let me read this this comment. Chin Crack. Yo, that name funny as hell. This story that everything started from Africa is bullshit. When other parts of the world were civilized Africans was a wild jungle, and that was before the Europeans. It was
And then on top
Tarzan
of that,
was
they
Tarzan
claim that
African?
what this nigga tried to do was claim that all these other groups of people had their own segregated ethno state, and the African had to walk over there and mix with a Neanderthal and a Denisovan to create new races. That's what he's trying to imply.
Well, that's why I said a while ago on one of these videos, we was debating somebody, and I asked them. I said, when you can tell the difference between a light skinned brother and a mixed brother. That's
You
not the
can.
same thing. A brother with a white parent does not look the same as a light skinned black man. Get the fuck out of here. That's not the same shit.
In some cases,
Because
I would
all races
argue.
have, all ethnicities have every single shade you can think of.
Exactly. In some cases, I can argue is that you have light skinned Negroes with no mixed ancestry that can look biracial, and you have biracials that, like Obama, for example, that look like a regular brown, medium brown nigga.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got
So
all different sizes and all different colors in every race. Like, for example, I'm chocolate, but I'm 5'11", 160 pounds. And on that football field in high school, I would have ran through Elquine. Elquine.
I don't know about that. I don't
But
know.
yeah, man, you know, it's like but yeah, man, you know, at some point you gotta call bullshit. And when right now I'm getting to the point where I'm looking at it like this. I'm going to attack exactly where they're getting their money from. I don't even want to discuss it with them
you see what
anymore.
Lady Warrior just said?
What she say?
Obama looked Indonesian, and what did American Rifle try to do? He said that Madagascar are not sub-Saharan Africans,
Oh,
yet
they
they
don't
got
like talking about
Obama's look.
Madagascar.
Yet they got Obama's look.
Yeah,
And
that
Wes
leader of the
Studi, you know
country
the
did.
Native American actor Wes Studi? He was in the Deep Rising. He was in the Avatar movie. He was in the Geronimo movie. He looked like, and he was in that Street Fighter live action movie back in
Yo,
the 90s. He
our
was
people
playing
went
Sagat. His ass looked like fucking Obama.
Tyron, our people went crazy when the Black Panther movie came out. Right? Now, in my opinion, right? Like I tell brothers, and brothers was mad at me. Black Panther was not what I expected it to be, nor do I think it's the best Marvel movie. It's not even fucking close. I don't care. Black Panther is not close to being the best Marvel movie.
I
But
think the best Marvel movies are the Captain America movies.
Yeah,
I
I would
agree with that.
agree. I would agree.
I agree with the Captain America movies, but Thor 2. I'm sorry, Alkmaar. Thor 2.
Thor 2.
Thor 2. Yeah, you
Oh,
damn
oh
right.
yeah.
Man, what y'all got against Thor?
Or two?
I
No, no,
watched
no.
Thor 2. I
I, I,
watched.
I like the Ragnarok Thor. That was a good one.
With his sister.
Yeah. No. The one before that. Last one.
The
Yeah,
Tessa
yeah, that's the
Thompson,
one with his sister.
Love
That's
and
the one with his sister.
Thunder, or Ragnarok?
Ragnarok.
Oh, with Tessa Thompson, the chick from the Men in Black movie, or Creed.
Yep. That wasn't
Speaking
bad
of
though.
Creed, they got a They giving this. Yo, that brother
Oh,
that's
matter of
playing
fact,
King.
I pirated that Ant-Man Quantum Mania movie.
Damn, you already got a hold of that?
I was just about to
Yeah,
say the
it's
brother that's
already
playing
on
King. Is he
the
black?
pirate sites, bro.
Oh,
Yo,
okay. How's the
that brother
quality?
that that brother that's
It
playing
was
King, they
bootleg
giving him a
quality.
lot of prominent black roles right now. Is he Black American?
Which one?
Yes, he is.
The brother that's
playing Kang.
Yeah, he playing
Kang the
King, and he
Conqueror.
playing
Yes,
He Who Remains in the
Jonathan
Marvel
Majors is a
movies.
Black American.
He also fighting Michael B. Jordan in the new Rocky movie coming out.
Okay, yeah, these guys.
But I don't know if he's Black American or not.
Yeah, he is. He was in Lovecraft Country.
Wait, so he's black guy's playing King?
Yeah, he's playing
a black guy
Kang.
playing King.
Oh, okay.
What
He
you know about
playing
King,
Immortus.
Galvan?
He playing yeah, you know the Rama Tut, the guy that founded Apocalypse. Yeah, that's who he playing. They showed his Egyptian variant in the end credit scene, and showed his Immortus incarnation in the end credit scene with the blue makeup, and he looked wild as hell with the blue eyes, contact, and
Yeah, bro, they had that brother up there with them blue eyes. I said, man, look at this shit here, man.
And purple skin.
Since
I said, look at this shit here, man.
Since you're talking Marvel, I'm gonna reveal a guilty pleasure. Looking back on it, now I think this movie will be a forgotten movie.
Is it Howard the Duck?
Nah. I think a movie
I know about Howard the Duck, man. Boy, you going way back.
A movie I thought was better than what I thought it was before I actually saw it.
Dolph Lundgren, Punisher,
Eternals.
Yo, the Eternals, yeah. I
thought you were talking about the old school Marvel before they became MCU.
I will tell you one thing about the Eternals, though. I didn't think the movie was good, but they had the wackest fighting scenes out of all the Marvel movies. But I do think it's one of their best movies, though. I
ain't going that far. Now it's like it was one of their best.
But they didn't have to put that LGBT stuff in it with the brother that play off of Atlanta. They didn't have to
that
do
shit
that.
pissed me off, man. Yeah. That pissed me off. Yo, Tyron, that's not even his only role where he do that shit, man. Most of his roles, he play a gay dude.
Yeah, he must be fruity in real life then.
Got to be, man, because you can't. If I'm an actor, you can't come to me with that script, man. I'll Dave Chappelle your ass real quick, man.
So what do you think about Lakeith Stanfield then?
What up?
Lakeith Stanfield.
I don't know who that is.
That's that Black American actor too that played what's his name? Cherokee Bill in that Netflix cowboy movie.
Oh, okay. God damn, he playing gay roles too?
No,
I hope not.
He took that picture.
Oh, wait a minute. They had him kiss Donald Glover in Atlanta for some shoes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yo, he another brother that they using. Yeah, bro, when I seen that shit, that's what made me stop watching ATL right there.
Yeah,
that scene right there when they were sitting in that white man van. And
he was sitting in the black dude van.
Now, Tyron, notice they only kissed each other for the white man. For the shoes, but for the white man.
But it was a fat black dude in the van, dude.
Yeah.
What movie is this?
This is Atlanta. It's a TV show, bro.
Oh, okay.
They were trying to get some fresh new kicks. And it was a Crank That episode where it was going after Paperboy, and this guy was trying to hunt down Crank That video music video pop stars that was mimicking Soulja Boy, and Soulja Boy was trying to go in hiding, and they was trying to get some fresh kicks in a van near a mall. At the same mall, Paperboy was getting shot at.
Look, they wanted one of the dudes wanted a specific pair of tennis shoes, so it was hard to get. So the white boy, this fat white dude, he had the tennis shoes, so he told him, I want y'all to kiss each other, and I'm recorded, but I want y'all to kiss each other so y'all get these shoes. And and them niggas went to kissing each other.
Well, now what actors were these again?
Huh?
What actors did this again?
It was Donald Glover, Childish Gambino, and Lakeith Stanfield.
You seen that Western movie? What's that mess? What that Western movie? With the dude who played Idris Elba, The dude who
Yeah,
played
it had
King.
Idris Elba. It had Jonathan Majors as the main character playing Deadwood Dick, and
They got a Western
who
movie on
it has
on
Zazie
Netflix with
Beetz in
Regina
it.
King.
It had uh what's her name? She was in
I know you talking
I
Friday
about.
do got
as
to tell y'all that
Craig's sister.
I
What's her
got the
name?
biggest crush on Regina King. I think Regina
Yeah,
King fine
Regina
as hell.
King was in it.
She was the director, right?
No, I don't know who the director was in that
Yeah,
movie.
I could have sworn she was the director of that one. Matter of fact, I didn't even catch that one. I ain't picked that one up yet, or find it.
American Rifleman. What gay stuff are you talking about now? Why you got to do it like that, Rifleman? Why you got to do it like that, bro? You know damn well what we talking about. You just trolling, man. You trolling, but you're not true for trolling. You just trolling to be trolling, man.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
We ain't talking about no gay shit on this show, man.
Yep. Somebody said that they don't think the man from Creed 3 is Black American.
He is. That's Jonathan Majors, bro.
Yeah, that's his name, Jonathan Major. Yeah, I'm
You
alright,
can check
man.
up celebrity ethnicity.
Oh, there you go with that bullshit.
Oh,
Shoot
man.
me the bullshit. There you go, man. Can't get out that shit there. Hey, you can't take it.
Yeah, but Eternals, I don't consider Eternals to be a classic. It's just that
Yeah.
I know that, man.
it's just
Yeah, I'm
that
live right now.
I'll tell him what up.
Yeah. You interrupting the show.
Oh, down the show?
Yeah, you interrupting, nigga.
Oh, man, damn.
Get your ass the fuck up out of here, man. Let me handle business. Man, fuck you, nigga. Kiss my ass, nigga. Elquan, my dog, nigga. Fuck you.
Yeah,
My bad, y'all. That was highly unprofessional.
Now I don't consider Eternals to be
black, yo.
I don't consider Eternals to be a classic. It's just that
But now they say Jonathan Majors ain't black.
After having seen it, I thought that it was better than what I thought it was going to be before I saw it. You know, but I wouldn't buy it. I wouldn't add it to the collection, and I don't consider it to be one of the best Marvel movies. Still one of the worst.
When you all was an Aboriginal, you would have to treat these movies like a meat type piece. You are vegetarian. Lord.
I still got to watch the Doctor Strange. I was going to watch it today, but didn't have enough time.
I can't wait till they drop that next. Wait, which Doctor Strange you haven't seen yet?
The last one, multiverse one.
Yo, you gonna love it. You gonna love it, yo. I think. See, that's who I think got the best Marvel series, Doctor Strange. Well, Captain America, then Doctor Strange, but the best Marvel movie is Thor 2. I don't care what nobody say, yo.
I can't go that far.
I can. I can. Damn it, I can. Shit, man. Thor 2. Odin dies in that movie. Odin is the strongest Marvel. Well, one of them. You know what I'm saying? You got the what they call them, the big giant people and shit like that, but they can't fuck with Odin, man. You know, man, Odin, that dude, man.
I mean, that movie was all right, but you got the Captain America, the Winter Soldier.
Yeah, I like Bucky. I rock with Bucky. I do. Now, I'll tell you a movie that I did like, though.
Hold up, the Civil War? Come on.
Civil War was... I like Civil War because of Spider-Man. Spider-Man, that's my dude. But that last Batman movie that they dropped, the Batman with your boy from Twilight.
Yeah.
That shit was dope. That shit was dope.
Yeah, I gotta admit it wasn't bad, even though it wasn't original, but it could have had some new characters in it, but it wasn't bad though.
Matter of fact, Elquan, I gotta ask you a question.
Yeah.
Cause I'm 32. You a little bit older than me. Me and my uncles got in an argument this morning.
Trolling here.
This only gonna be our topic for about 10 seconds. Roy Jones Jr. in this prime or Floyd Mayweather? Who you think win that fight?
Damn.
That's what I was saying. This nigga was telling me Floyd Mayweather easily. I'm like, man, y'all shouldn't know Roy.
That's a hard one.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah,
defense versus offense.
Saying,
that's a hard one.
Man, ain't no way in hell, man. Well, we could get back on topic, yo. But yeah, man, man. Roy Jones was my dude, man.
I agree with Ray S. right here. All these current Marvel movies are crap, except for that Spider-Man, because I didn't like
all
the
these
other
current Marvel movies are crap. Bottom line,
the
current ones
I like
I
the other
fell
two
asleep
Spider-Man
watching
movies.
Ant-Man last night, the new Ant-Man. I fell asleep watching that one. Quantumania, I fell asleep, so I only watched it for like 10 minutes. So I'm gonna watch the whole movie when I get home today.
Yeah, even if I had it, I couldn't watch it until I watched the other last three.
I watched the other ones.
So I still didn't see Doctor Strange. I didn't see Thor or the Black Panther too.
Damn, that's the type of shit I like doing, because then I get to watch everything. You know what I'm saying? Back to back to back to back. That's how I found out that episode 1, 2, and 3 are the best Star Wars movie that ever dropped.
Oh yeah. Matter of fact, at the end of Eternals, out of all the Marvel movies, I think that was the weirdest after credit stuff I saw, because I know damn well that what was it, the Black Knight? I know they ain't about to make a movie with him. Because that'd be stupid.
They might, man. They might. But you know, I get what you're saying, man. I get what you're saying.
Because I read comic books, and that was, you talk about the ultra obscure. That was definitely one of them.
Oh man. But yo, I don't know how long y'all gonna be on. I'm 10 minutes away from my house. I'm about to hang up because I gotta take my ass home, man. It's gonna take me about 10-15 minutes to get home, man.
All right.
All right, yo. But I'm coming back on, Alquan. So keep the stream in the chat, man.
All right.
All right, yo, Tyron, I'll be on in a few, man.
Okay, I guess he's away. And somebody else called Jim was about to come on, but their equipment is not working.
We need to go over these 10 points this clown Chief X said, though.
Oh, go over them.
Because I got to pull out my slideshow, but I'm busy at work right now.
Oh, okay.
What was the first one he said?
I don't even remember, to be honest with you.
He said something about he said if Africans are the Olmecs, where's the African Olmec statues in Africa, something like that. Then he said,
"Here's your boy again. Let's see what he got to say this time."
What, Rifleman?
You know,
Dude, don't
it's
you
just
have a
really
job?
sad. It's just really sad you guys go from talking your crazy stuff to like then talking about these horrible, disgusting superhero cape fucking movies that nobody should watch. It's really sad.
Damn, you don't like anything.
Like, I like Bucky. I like Bucky. Like, what, man? Come on. Yo, that's gay as fuck. Look, Thanos is right, man. Half of the motherfuckers on this planet need to fucking disappear.
All right, what if you're one? What if you're one of the halves that need to disappear?
Hey, things will probably be better with me not here anyway.
You know this man's sick now. he said, kill me. That's what he's saying. Kill me.
I'm just saying, if I don't have, of course, if I had a choice, I want to live. But if Thanos snaps his finger, then I think I used to be like, Thanos is crazy. That's not right. People have rights. But now I'm just like, you know what? Fuck these people. They're retarded anyway.
Okay, you're a masochist. Gotcha. But getting back on the subject, what is a Sub-Saharan African and what is a black? What is that?
What you want? It's everything you are not.
No, seriously.
What is that?
Answer for real. Answer for real.
Dude, we just did a Google search. If you can't look at what the Google search is, I can't help you.
Google is not a proper.
Jesus.
That's not a proper source.
And on top of that, he wants.
Hardcore. Why do you always have this man on your panel and y'all just be like co-signing each other, bro? Like, come on.
But listen. Here's the deal. When we ask you a question, we want to hear your opinion.
I answered the question.
Yeah, I don't think you feel secure in it because you don't want to do it again.
Well, I told you guys, look, people from the countries of, Benin, Nambia, freaking Central African Republic, Mali, like there's black people there.
That's not
Those
black.
are Negroids. Those are Negroids.
Those are not Negroids. They don't call themselves that.
I know they don't have to call
You're
themselves that,
using
but they have a
Western.
DNA
You're
profile.
using West.
They got
That's
B1.
not scientific.
They got
Rifleman,
B1,
that's not
B1.
scientific. That's
They got B1.
socio-political,
Okay,
economic
listen.
nonsense. That's not
Listen, they
anything
got
has
B1.
anything
They
to
have
do with
DNA. They have
genetics.
the DNA. They have the
Nigga,
DNA.
that doesn't have anything to
They
do
got
with
B1,
genetics.
B1, B1B. They got
That's
B1,
not
B1B.
genetic. That's not a nucleotide. That's not determining
See,
race.
we're not gonna get
That's
anywhere.
not
See?
determining ethnicity.
Okay, I got you. Well, thank you for having me
Are
on
you a
Hardcore.
scientist? Wait a minute.
Hardcore.
Rifleman,
Where can I donate?
Are you a
Where can I
scientist?
donate?
Hold on, Tyron. So you got to stop overwhelming him with questions. Let him answer
Yeah.
one.
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
how can I donate? Hardcore.
Huh?
How can I donate?
What is this? So I changed the thing.
Because this is a form of great entertainment for me. Hustle Smart was supposed to do a live stream, but that, you know how Negroes are, they don't keep up to their promises, so I had to watch you.
All right.
And
can you get back on topic because you're not
no,
answering
I've already answered the
questions?
question. No.
Okay, are you a scientist?
Hard cold. I'm gonna donate to your show. Thank you for having me on, brother.
I'll put it in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, now get off the panel if you're not a scientist.
You're not a scientist, nigga.
But are you?
I deal with science.
Are you a scientist?
No.
Okay,
but
got
I am
you.
a technician.
You
I
are
am
a
a trained technician.
regurgitator.
No, I am a trained scientific technician, though.
Oh, you're a regurgitator, so you're not a scientist.
Well, I do science things.
Does that dwell in DNA?
Not exactly. No, it's a other
So
type
you're
of
not a
process.
DNA scientist, are you?
No.
So why are you speaking on it?
No,
Are you a science
but
enthusiast, like Psycho said last time we were on the panel?
Lord. Okay, Tyron.
Are you a
Nice.
master regurgitator?
Okay, Tyron.
We got somebody new up. Let's see.
Okay.
From Joshua.
Yeah, Joshua, burn this Asian nigga right here. He's not even black.
Is one of your men?
Nah, I don't know this nigga. But anyway, he's gonna have to listen to Tyron's idiotic pleas and tirades, and his voice is just fucking
Boy, I don't know. Okay, so what's going on, Joshua? Oh, is this that Joshua? Or is this somebody else? Okay, my man ain't talking. Well, if you're talking, we don't hear you. All right. All right, so rifleman came and went. I doubt if he hits that Cash App, but we'll see. Hello? Hello? Okay, nobody's talking. Oh, you can call in now. Might end up shutting it down early. And I forgot that All-Star weekend is on too. Damn, it's 8:38 right now. All right, so nobody's talking. What movie are you talking about? Cortez conquers Mexico. Earthquake Kit. I don't know. People are against sports. I guess it's the same reason why people drop the news or watch the news when there's nothing going on. Hold up. You can't hear me? Joshua, no, I can't hear you. Let me see. Nope. Just unmuted you. Can't hear you. But yeah, people watch sports because, they thought it was exciting and real, but now it's not. So people getting tired of it. Sports betting, that kind of ruined everything, especially that Super Bowl. Now, I know this might shock you, but I think after LeBron James retires, I think I'll probably stop watching any damn thing. All right, nobody's saying nothing, so I'm about to shut this down and watch this All-Star weekend. So that's sports. So with that being said, I'd like to thank everybody for coming. And I'm gonna close this one out. I think we got the message across. Thank you.